All right, I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. It's the last Saturday of the year. In fact, it's the last day of the year. So we're going to finish up 2022 today, and tomorrow we start 2023. So I thank you for joining me this morning. And we do this every year we do this presentation, at the end of each year. And today I have some things that I want to show you from a plan of action to help you set your goals. And you can see by the image that I have, those goals need to be smart. They need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be attainable. They need to be relevant, and they need to be timely. And so the goals that I'm going to share with you today are goals that are designed to hopefully you feel that they are actually smart, that they're going to help you move your synergy business forward. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, in Synergy Worldwide, we have the unique opportunity to develop both a customer base that provides us cash flow through Elite Rebates. We talked about that last week. We also have the ability to develop active distributors on both our left side of our business as well as our right side of our business. And as we develop those active customers, or I should say active distributors, they provide us additional cash flow through what are called basic commissions, mega matches, and leadership bonuses. But none of these benefits can be realized unless we implement a plan of action. And a plan of action that helps us acquire customers to create the needed cash flow, and a plan of action that helps our active distributors create the needed cash flow for them so that they can stay in their synergy business. Now, we talked about this last week, that if you, for yourself personally, as well as for every distributor in your organization that's still doing the synergy business, and for new people who come in that decide that they want to do the synergy business, you need to help them understand how much cash flow do they need on a monthly basis to make it worth their opportunity to grow their synergy business. Now, we're not talking about what I call financial freedom income. That happens over time. But what do you need from a dollars and cents standpoint to be able to operate your synergy business on a monthly basis so that you're at least breaking even or there's a slight profit so that you can continue to grow your synergy business and then teach that down through the distributors that come aboard with you, whether you personally sponsored them or they've been sponsored by someone else in your organization, so that you can help them, again, establish the cash flow necessary to be able to stay in business. Now, the formula for doing that is the dollars that you need to operate times 4 plus 150. That gives you the needed CV for your tracking center one. And last week I gave a couple examples. How much would you need in CV on your tracking center one to earn $300 a month, $400 a month, $500 a month? And so we looked at the $300 a month as the minimum threshold that a person would most likely need to be able to pay for their auto ship and be able to pay for what we call the Legacy 2020 app to help them create a system that is replicatable, duplicatable. It can help them grow their customer base. And then for individuals that might be interested in the business, help them see that there is a system that they can implement that will help them grow their customer base to create the cash flow to be able to operate their synergy business. Now, when we talked last week, we looked at customers versus traditional network marketing. So I'm going to speed through this because it's just a review of last week, but it's important to understand that if we use $300 as our example, what do we need in traditional network marketing? Well, traditional network marketing is just signing up distributors, have nothing to do with customers. I try and get as many people involved in the business as I can. And so if they go into Synergy Worldwide and they go on the monthly auto ship of 100 CV so that they can maintain every month that they're what we call they're qualified. So every month they're qualified because they have 100 CV auto ship order? Well, when we look at basic commissions, you would need 4,300 CV on your lesser leg at a rate of 7%. Synergy's never paid less than 7% on their basic commissions. Usually it's higher, but we use 7%. That would create $301 a month in basic commissions. So that means that I would need to have 43 distributors on my lesser leg, and I would also then need to have 43 distributors or more on my strong leg. So we're looking at 86 distributors. That doesn't mean I have to sign all 86 up, but it means my efforts are the ones that I do sign up as distributors, their efforts, so that over time I've got 86 distributors, 43 on one side, my lesser leg, 43 on the other side, my strong leg, left leg, right leg, it doesn't matter. I need at least 86 distributors total, 43 on each side, at a minimum of 100 CV auto ship every month. That takes time. Doesn't happen overnight. And the problem in network marketing is people want to create cash flow to make their time worthwhile for doing their business. So we look at customers. I would need 10 customers with an average order of 135 CV to create the needed 1,350 CV to generate $300 in cash flow. So the question becomes, what's easier, finding 10 customers or finding 86 distributors? And the answer to that is always going to be, it's much easier to find customers than it is to find distributors. So that's what you need to focus on. And when we do that, you begin to create two things. You create the needed cash flow to operate your Synergy Worldwide business, and you create additional cash flow through basic commissions as your downline distributors get their 10 customers. Now, again, this is important to understand. The way organizational volume, that means distributors on your left side and distributors on your right side. When Synergy goes to look at the activity that they're doing, they're creating what's called organizational volume. And the way it works in Synergy Worldwide is that once you hit the 150 CV mark, anything above that, you earn Elite Rebates. And the way that Synergy breaks it out is that 25% of that goes to you, 25% of that goes to Synergy Worldwide, and 50% of that goes to what they call organizational volume to pay out the basic commissions, mega matches, and leadership bonuses. So using that example of 1,350 CV, I first back out my threshold of 150, leaves me with 1,200 CV, 50% of that is 600 CV, and then I add back my threshold of 150 CV, because again, that's part of organizational volume. So what it means is every distributor who is earning $300 in Elite Rebates represents to you 750 CV in organizational volume. So if I can help my downline distributors, those that I've sponsored and those that they have sponsored, understand this principle that customers create cash flow to operate your Synergy business, and help them and give them a game plan, a plan of action that helps them acquire customers so that they can then achieve cash flow to operate their Synergy business. That benefits you because it creates organizational volume. Now, if I wanted to earn $300 in income and I did it through basic commissions, I would need 4,300 CV on my lesser leg. If you divide that 4,300 by 750, that means that I need 5.7 or 6 distributors. I need 6 distributors on my lesser leg and 6 distributors on my strong leg, which means that I go from needing 86 distributors to just 12, which is a much more realistic and rewarding opportunity because, one, I have less people I have to juggle. Secondly, I can focus my time and energy on those 12 distributors to help them put in place marketing strategies that will allow them to grow their Synergy business. Now, on our Synergy Family website, we have dedicated pages to marketing strategies. And if you go on every one of those pages, if you scroll to the bottom, here are the 2 key goals that you need to focus on. So these are the same goals I shared with you last December, going into 2022. These are the same goals I'm sharing with you today, going into 2023. They'll be the same goals I'll share next year in December, going into 2024. These are the 2 key goals that you need to establish for your Synergy business. The first one is develop your customer base so that you have a minimum of 10 customer orders per month. And then the second thing is build your Synergy business to reach the gold level. What's gold level? That's 4,500 CV of volume on your lesser leg, which means that your strong leg is 4,500 or more. As you can see, 4,300 is only 200 CV less than that. So basically, if I've got 6 distributors on my lesser leg and 6 or more on my strong leg, and I help them acquire this first goal of 10 customer orders per month so that they're making a minimum of $300 per month. They could be making more. They could be making 400, 500. Anything above $300 a month that they make through their customers through Elite Rebates just increases your organizational volume. So this is your first key goal for yourself and for all distributors that come on board with Synergy Worldwide. Build your customer base so that you've got 10 customer orders per month. If you do that and teach that down through your organization, then the second goal of reaching the gold level just becomes a natural extension of building the first goal in every distributor. Now, for those that are in Barbados, because we have team members that are in Barbados, what I just showed you doesn't work. But what does work in Barbados is what I call traditional business, where you buy product at the least cost possible, and then you resell it competitively in the marketplace. And the difference between what your cost is versus what you sell it for is your net profit per sale. And so in Barbados, which we can't do here in the US because people don't buy this way in the US. So in Barbados, they're able to make 50 Barbados per box. So if they have 10 customer orders on a monthly basis, because most people in Barbados buy 1 box or 2 boxes at a time, then they want 10 customer orders. They're going to make a $50 net profit. That gives them $500 Barbados per month or 6,000 Barbados per year. Now they can scale that up. Just like any business, you can scale this up. You don't have to just stay with 10 customer orders per month. You can increase that. Here in the United States, you increase your customer orders per month past 10, you earn additional Elite Rebates. In Barbados, you build your customer base above 10, you increase the net profit that you're making per month. But the plan of action I'm going to show you can work in Barbados as well as the United States. And the reason why this plan of action can work both in Barbados and the United States is because it's based on technology that everyone has access to. Everyone has smartphones. Whether you're in Barbados or in the United States, we all have our smartphone. And with our phone, we can now operate our Synergy business in a plan of action that is replicatable and duplicatable. Now, Synergy has an app called Legacy 2020. And I shouldn't say Synergy Worldwide, but distributors within Synergy Worldwide worked with a company that already had the app, but made it applicable to what the Synergy Worldwide distributors wanted to do. So the Synergy Worldwide distributors call it Legacy 2020, and the company that provides the app or the resource is called Rapid Funnel. Rapid Funnel has been around for a while. And the program that they use is being used by not just the Synergy worldwide distributors, but this process, this app can be used in any business that you want to begin to create interest and help to draw people's attention to what you're doing. Now, in the past, if you wanted to grow your Synergy business, you were taught to pick up the telephone, make your list of people that you want to contact, pick up the telephone, and then engage them in conversation. Try and meet them so that you could do a presentation. Try and go to their house to do a presentation. So in today's technology, you can do all that through your phone, through the Legacy 2020 app. And so what you really need to do is you need to create a campaign that is duplicatable by you and your team members. So I'm going to give you a suggestion and show you what I would suggest that you would do. Again, if you get the Legacy 2020 app, they have campaigns already pre-established. They have text messages already pre-established. You can use them, or you can use something that I'm going to suggest to you. So here's the text message that I would send. Joe. And when you type in a text message, you can save it. So the only thing that I need to do when I send this to Mary is just change Joe to Mary. Takes me just a couple seconds to do that, but that way I can personalize it. Joe, I've been using nitric oxide therapy to improve my blood flow for the last 14 years. Dr. Sandberg has a new video about it. Let me know what you think, Dan. And then there's the link to the video. And that's it. Very simple text message. I send out to the people in my contact list. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. And then the way that the Legacy 2020 app works is if Joe opens, clicks on the link to watch the video, I get notified. I can then go into my Legacy 2020 app. I can click on Joe. I can see how much of the video Joe actually watched. And then I can do a follow-up text to Joe. I saw that you watched the video. Do you have any questions? Call me and let me know your thoughts. And those are the two simple text messages that doesn't take a lot of time to do. It just takes discipline to do it. Now, here is my suggestion for how you would go about doing this. You work your Synergy business Monday through Friday. On Monday of every week, you send that original text message, the one up here, Joe, Mary, Susie, Bob, David. I've been using nitric oxide therapy to improve my blood flow for the last 14 years. Maybe you haven't been doing that for as long as 14 years. Just change it. Maybe you've been doing it for 8 years, 2 years, whatever it might be. Dr. Sandberg has a new video about it. Let me know what you think, Dan, and then the link to the video. So I send out 5 new contacts. I would recommend that you have a chart like this. You can do it on paper, which is what I prefer, because if you do it on your computer, you still have to type in the person's name so that you write out the 5 contacts that you send that video to on Monday. Then on Tuesday, and that takes 10 minutes or less to do that. And on Tuesday, you send out 5 new contacts. And then you look at the 5 contacts that you sent out on Monday, and you see if anyone opened it. And for those that opened it, you send the second text messages. Second text message. I saw that you watched the video. Do you have any questions? Call me and let me know your thoughts. Wednesday, 5 new contacts. The follow-up contacts on Wednesday are the ones that you send out on Tuesday. Thursday, 5 new contacts. The follow-up contacts are the ones that you sent out on Wednesday. And then Friday, you just follow up on the contacts that you sent out on Thursday. So you're looking at 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes or less. That's 20 contacts per week. That's 80 contacts per month. And you just continue to go through your contacts that are in your phone until you exhaust them. Now, the total time is 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I rounded that to 1.5 hours. You're spending 1.5 hours per week doing your synergy business. Times 4 weeks, that's 6 hours. And your goal is to develop your customer base so that you're earning at least $300 in cash flow per month. That means that if you're spending 6 hours in doing your synergy business and you're earning a cash flow of $300 per month, that means that you're earning $50 per hour in potential income. That gives you a business story. And I'll show you how to leverage that in just a second. Now, once you've cycled through your contact list, then all you do is you start a new campaign and repeat. So it's the daily discipline, it's the weekly discipline, it's the monthly discipline of implementing this plan of action so that you can stay in front of people that are in your phone contact list so that you can help educate them. You can create interest that maybe one video doesn't do it, but another video does. Whatever it is, you just have to start a new campaign, go through your list and repeat. New campaign, go through your list and repeat. And you use this to grow your customer base to achieve your goal of at least $300 or more per month. Now, once you have this in place, you now can implement a business opportunity campaign. And here's my suggestion. Not everyone in your phone list is going to be interested in a business opportunity. Some of the people that you gain as customers might be interested in the business opportunity and talk to you about it. And then you can suggest to them that they implement the same strategy that you use to gain them as customers. But there are people in your contact list that are looking for opportunity. And so here's my simple text message. Hi, Dan. I found a side business that helps people improve their health. I'm averaging $50 per hour income for my effort. Let me know if you're interested, Dan. And that's it. And the ones that are interested, especially if they have an interest in helping other people improve their health, you'll have a potential contact. And so you have the ability to leverage, or you have a person who's looking for a side hustle, looking for something that they can do outside of their normal work to be able to make some extra income. You're talking to them. You can then, again, leverage this opportunity. Hey, so would $50 an hour be of interest to you? How do you make $50 an hour? Well, I'm into health and fitness. Are you interested in health and fitness? Again, we go back to what we've taught so many times from a skill standpoint, the art of asking questions. Well, yeah, I am. I'm interested in taking care of myself. Well, I've been using nitric oxide therapy for the last 14 years. And I have a program on my phone called the Legacy 2020 app, where I can send information on how people can improve their cardiovascular health. And I'm able to send that out through that app. I know when a person opens up the video and watches it, and then I can follow up with the individuals that watch it and gain them as customers. And so in a short period of time, you can build your business to what we call 10 customer orders, typically generates about $300 or more in income, and it only takes about 6 hours a week to do this. So when you divide $300 by 6, that's where I came up with the $50 an hour and how to do your business. And you now have a story that you can share either through text or traditionally through talking to people and create interest. And then you can show them how it works. and you can show them the importance of creating customers. And you can show them all the tools that they need and a plan of action that all they have to do is be disciplined in implementing it on a daily basis. And if people cannot put in an hour and a half a week in their synergy business, then you need to be frank with the person and say, you know what? If you're not able to spend an hour and a half a week doing your synergy business and be disciplined to do that week after week, then this business is not for you. Just stay a happy product customer, or don't get involved at all. Take it away from them. No, I can do that. I can do that. Okay, well, if you decide to join Synergy Worldwide, I will show you what I've done. I will help you with your messaging. I will teach you and help you understand how to use the Legacy 2020 app so that it's effective for you. And then it's up to you to actually implement. And that's the program. You have an evidence-based system that others can duplicate to grow their Synergy Worldwide business. Now, I've asked Bob Wischmeier, if you want to unmute yourself, or I think I can, no, I can't unmute you. So Bob, you'll have to unmute yourself. Are you there, Bob?
I am.
So Bob, you've been using the Legacy 2020 app. Now, in what I've shared from a time frame standpoint, am I off base on the amount of time that it would take to send out 5 new contacts and then follow up on those contacts the following day?
No, that's reasonable. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay. And Bob, I know that you've been sending out messages. If I understand correctly, Legacy 2020 has some suggested text messages that you would send, but you've kind of modified those. So is it so that when you modified it, it's more your voice than someone else's voice? Am I accurate on that?
Right. Yeah. You can adjust it according to who you're sending the text message to.
Okay. And does it take a lot of time to make that adjustment?
Depends on how much you type in there. It can be very short. The pre-written text messages are fine. They're just not personal to the individual you're sending them to. And so the plan that you have laid out here for us this morning is considerably different than the Legacy 2020 plan. But this plan certainly is, in terms of getting the word out and being consistent. The app does most of this work for you. There are pre-built campaigns already in the app, both product campaigns and business campaigns where, if you have the individual's email address. I have a friend who's as of this morning, because he just looked at another video this morning. He's looked at the videos that I've sent 42 times, and he's using the product now. It's a powerful app. It's fairly simple, and it sure has worked well for me, Dan.
So Bob, so if a person gets the Legacy 2020 app, and we'll most likely want to spend some Saturdays in the new year helping people understand how to use the app, but there's campaigns that you can follow, or there's a system like this that you can implement. The key is whatever you do, you need to implement and be consistent in your implementation. Would that be true?
Of course, you've got to learn how to use the app, but there's coaching built right in. You open the app up and just touch coaching, and it explains. There's 6 different short videos that explain how to use it. And every Saturday, Rapid Funnel has an individual that gets on the webinar and specifically teaches you how to use one thing in your app. It's just all nuts and bolts, straightforward, no extra conversation. And they're doing that. I think there's 18 weeks. Every Saturday, they're teaching one item within that app to focus on so that it's very clear, but it's all in the app. You just go to the coaching app and you can learn how to use it, and you can add resources if you want to. I've added a number of resources, and you can categorize the resources that you add to the app. It can be categorized under, athletics or family, religion, health, whatever. You can, because you can use this app for other things besides just your Synergy business. You could also use it for personal things. So it's get the app, and then but you've got to spend some time playing around with it. It's fun, actually.
So how long have you had the app, Bob?
Well, since the day it was introduced, so just a few weeks.
Okay. And you've sent out text messages to individuals, correct?
Yeah.
And has it reestablished customers for you?
It has, yeah, certainly has. New customers, as well as reactivated other customers that I had previously that had gone quiet, including some of our older team members who we don't hear much from anymore. So it's been extremely effective for me, and I've been quite busy the last few weeks because taking care of my wife and my sister. There's some things there that have been a little bit complicated, but if I'm waiting for somebody at the doctor's office, for example, I open my rapid funnel up and send a couple of text messages to people in my contact list. I mean, it's that simple. You can be sitting on a bench in the mall and do business. It's painless.
So you basically can do business any place that you're at because you've got your phone with you.
Exactly.
And so you've created new business, as well as you've reactivated old customers who are now buying again. So that has all increased the CV on your Tracking Center One.
Exactly.
And have you seen additional Elite Rebates because of that?
Absolutely. I haven't picked up any new distributors, but I've picked up several new customers and reactivated some customers that just hadn't bought for a while.
Okay. And so,
but the fun part is just seeing that when you get that message back every time somebody opens and looks at one of those videos or looks at one of the campaigns, the campaigns drip. So if I'm sending a product campaign, all I have to do is go to contacts, click on my friend's name, go to resources, campaign, product campaign, touch on it, and it automatically starts. And then they'll get a video about Pro Arginine Plus every few days, and it's spread out. It's a drip campaign. But every time any of those people look at any of those videos, I get a message back. And so I know who's doing what and how effective am I being.
So let me throw this idea out to you, Bob, and you tell me what you think of it. You have a business story. So you can quantify your business story by the increased sales that you've had through this app. You can look at the amount of time that you've spent in doing that, and you can then take the amount of Elite Rebates that has created for you, divided by the amount of time that you spent, and come up with a dollars per hour. Would I be correct in that?
Well, that would work. Yeah, you could do that, just like you've done here.
Okay. And then in your contact list, you've got a lot of old distributors in that contact list. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just going to, again, pick out the $50 an hour. Maybe yours is more, maybe it's less. But would it be worth a campaign to those old distributors to say, hey, Synergy Worldwide has gotten modernized. We've got this new Legacy 2020 app. I can tell you from my experience that it's increased my sales, where the time that I spend on my app is creating for me an income stream of $50 per hour, or $42.50 an hour, or $39.20 an hour. Would you be interested in pursuing this and maybe coming back to Synergy? Question mark.
Yeah, you can do that. The app already has all of that broken down. So when you're going to send a resource to someone, there are categories, and those categories include things like the individual you're going to send it to is experienced with network marketing, or the person you're going to send it to is previously been involved in the business, or they're health oriented or health conscious, or they have health issues, or you just want to send product information, whatever, they're already broken down. And so if you just, when you go to send a resource, you click on whatever group those individuals that you want to send it to, whatever group they would fit into. So if I was going to send that message to one of my previously active members, it's already built right into the app. I just click on, the one that you send it to. Let me pull it up here really quick. Let's see here. Where are my resources here? Recruit a new team member, recruit a network pro, recruit a health pro, recruit with Lamara, share ProArginine, share other products, share the app. You have all of these, they're already built in. So all you have to do is click on a new team member, you create interest, you present, you follow up, you enroll. It's all built into the app. So it really takes the heavy lifting out of it.
So you have an app that already has campaigns and those campaigns can be targeted to the interest of the person in your contact list or people that you meet on the street. And you can just use the app to do the work, or you can massage it and create some nuances that are more reflective of who you are. And yeah. So the individual has the choices to be able to make, just do this, and this, or I'm going to try this a little bit differently and see what happens. But the key is you've got to spend time doing your Synergy business, and the Legacy 2020 app does most of the work for you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. For example, if you're going to recruit a network pro, somebody who's, one of our previous distributors who's really good at it, but it's kind of faded off, step one is to create interest. And so you have two options. You invite them with an introduction video and a pre-written text, and then you send them the video, those two things. Then there's a presentation video. That's the next step. This is to somebody who's already been doing this before, but now you send that presentation video. There's follow-up with videos, PDFs, there's enrollment. I mean, it goes on. And it's already all built into the app, which makes it really easy. The only thing that I do that's different is that I customize the message. That's it. That's the only thing I do differently is I customize the message so that the individual who gets that text message from Bob knows absolutely it's from Bob. I'm not somebody fishing. It's a message from me personally. Okay. And it works well for me.
All right. So do we have any questions that you want to ask Bob with regards to the 2020 app, or any questions for me with regards to what the presentation I've provided today? You'll have to unmute your phone and then we can take your questions.
Hey, good morning, Bob and Dan. This is David.
Hi, David.
Hey, Bob. I have not had a chance to download and use it, but that's my intent, especially this year. We're talking about goals. Bob, how effective are these videos and how long are they when you start the campaign and send it to the clients? Are all of them about the same length of time? Who's featured in it? And what is the content like?
Yeah, so with regard to the campaigns themselves, let me pull this up on here for my homepage. The campaigns, let's see. Well, I'm going to quit fiddling around with my phone and just chat. The original text messages. So when you first get started, if you just want to contact someone, you just if you want to share ProArginine Plus, for example, which is kind of the thing that I tend to do that most of the time. And I just I touch share ProArginine Plus. It's just right there. I just touch share ProArginine Plus. And then it says, identify your audience, health issues, health conscious, athlete, that, etc. So if I got a friend who's like health conscious, I just click create interest. And I have two things there. One is an invitation to the individual to watch the video. And all that does, Dan, is it sends a little text message, which I customize, but it says, hey, look, you know, here, I don't know how best to say it, because I customize every one of them, but is it all right with you if I send you a video? That's basically what it's saying. But you customize that little message a little bit so it makes more sense. And they respond, if they open it, everyone I've sent it to has responded with, yeah, sure, send it to me. So I get their permission first. That's what I'm saying here. I get their permission first. And then I send that little video. And the video is only 4 minutes and 17 seconds long. But it's very good. It covers a lot of stuff in a really short period of time. Once they've looked at that video, so far anyway, everyone has gotten back to me about it again, because I've seen that they've looked at that video. So if they're interested in more information, I ask them that, just like Dan was saying, you know, would you be okay if I send you some more information? So far, pretty much everybody says, yeah. I've only had one person that said, no, I don't want anything to do with this. But everyone else would like to have a little bit more information. So if I have their email address, I have two options, David. I can send them a product campaign, which is just strictly Pro-Arginine Plus, or a business campaign, which is the business. The Pro-Arginine Plus campaign, they're going to get the first video, and they're not long videos. They're all synergy videos. And it's kind of a mix of synergy videos, etc. They're not real long, but they go through everything that has to do with nitric oxide therapy, Pro-Arginine Plus, the manufacturing facility, Hughes Research, etc. So they get a drip campaign of fairly short videos. They're not very long, but it's just like another touch, and you don't have to do a thing. It's happening. They're looking at the videos are high quality videos. And so you just keep touching them again and again. One today, another one 3 days later, another one 4 days after that, maybe another one a week later. They've got it all laid out on a grid. So those keep coming to that individual it comes out to be several weeks, but it keeps that attention focused on nitric oxide therapy and Pro-Arginine Plus. And then from there, you know, you see when they open it, when they click on it. That's like my friend Owen. He looked at that one of those videos last night. He looked at one at 6 o'clock this morning. Again, he's a smart guy. He's a banker, David, like yourself. Smart guy. Put a little weight on this last few months. Wants to take some weight off. He's back working out again. He's also a rancher. He's a rancher, banker. He's an all-around renaissance man, to be honest. But just by introducing that first little video, that little 4-minute video for him, he's now looked at 42 different things that I've sent him. He's looked at that video, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. So it's amazing, the outreach. You guys all know Janice and Bobby Smith, and they've kind of, you know, they just sort of faded away for a long time. I sent that video to both of them. I got a call back from Janice a few days later. I invited her. Would you like to watch it? Yeah, I want to watch it. Same with Bobby. Yeah, I want to watch it. Sure, send it to me. Send it to him. Both of them watched it. That created a phone call with Janice. She called me, want to know what's going on in the company, wanted to know about the app, had all kinds of questions. Now, if you can reactivate someone with the kind of potential that Janice Smith has, you can really kick your business back into high gear. Now, she hasn't really jumped on it yet, but we've opened up that conversation now, and we're communicating back and forth. And so some of the people that I've been trying to reactivate, I haven't heard back from, and it may be because their phone numbers have changed. There's always that possibility as well. I sent the campaign to another friend who wanted more information about nitric oxide therapy, and I didn't see anything, no response, and so I sent her a little text. You know, Elizabeth, did you get? She said, no, maybe you have my email address wrong. So I went back and looked. Sure enough, I had transposed 2 letters. in her email address. So I corrected it, sent her the campaign. Now she's looking at it. So the potential is so simple, David. But you've got to learn how to use it. So you open it up, click on coaching, and then it says Synergy University, YOU, University, right off the top. There are other things in there too, from Jim Rohn and other people. But if you look at that Synergy University under coaching, it's broken down. These little presentations are broken down to teach you how to use that app. If you go through all 6 of them, I think it takes 81 minutes or something like that. But you don't do it all at once. You just look at it from time to time, whatever. You can
One last question, Bob.
Contact list. You can. I'm carrying on. Sorry, Dan or David.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just a quick question. This is strictly English, right? For now, there's no option for Spanish videos.
For now.
Okay. But still, it's still very functional. I like it, and I'll probably be reaching out to you, Bob, just to get started a little later.
Yeah, and on Saturday, if you want to join that, it's at 9. It'll be at 9 o'clock my time this morning. I'll be on again. I mean, frankly, it's just the training is so straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing too. It's what I like. I mean, there's no dumbing around. Sometimes Brian Holt talks a little bit, but the rapid funnel people, they're just straightforward.
Well, I appreciate
it's good stuff. It's good stuff, David.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And Happy New Year to you, my friend.
Happy New Year to you too, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Anything else you want to share before we close off today's presentation?
Just wishing everyone a Happy New Year. 2022 has been kind of an odd year for a lot of us. The last several years have been a little odd for a lot of us. I know in my world, I'm not getting any younger, and I recognize that. It's clear to me that time is. It's not that it's catching up, but it has an effect on us physically, more so than I thought it was going to. And then there are these outside things that come into play. And in my world, with Bonnie, with the knee, my sister's heart problems, it's changed my world. But so has this little app. I'm more re-engaged with Synergy Worldwide right now than I have been since I started with Synergy. It can make that much difference for us. And so I'm just saying, use the darn thing, and teach it. That's a thing. The 2-14-3 concept from Dan Higginson, 72 hours, learn how to use that thing in that first 3 days. Just figure it out, use it so you can replicate that, duplicate that, and teach that to your distributors. So it's all good. And I guess I'll leave it at that, Dan, and wish you good health and a Happy New Year as well.
Thank you, Bob. Same for you and your family. Thank you, everyone, for your time today. And we'll have a schedule of events for Saturday presentations. They'll come out in the next newsletter. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed Saturday and enjoy it.
You too.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you all.
I'm sorry, Dan. I was just going to say, I'll get a hold of you and let you know what my weeks are looking like too as we go forward.
Got it.
Happy New Year, all.
Thank you, Donald. You too.
Happy New Year, Dan.
Thank you all. It was a little late in coming in, but I made it. Had to make an errand, but I made it. I'll pick up the during the week. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a safe New Year.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.